Good morning, happy Monday. As you can tell, I did a little bit different structure this week, only because with Mother's Day and everything yesterday, I just did not have a lot of time to meal prep or edit or anything like that. So I'm just combining today's what I eat in a day with meal prep, and then we'll get that video posted on Tuesday, and then I will still record Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for a Friday video. So all of that will be the same. I am exhausted today. Like it was a really good weekend. It was beautiful. We did a lot of stuff. It was a very active weekend, but I also did indulge a lot, and I am definitely ready to get back on track, but I am so tired. So I am taking a couple of my burn capsules to get some energy. My goodness. So these are the burn. They're like the fat burner. But they give me so much energy. So I'm definitely going to take these today. I just feel so exhausted, like so exhausted. It was 97 degrees yesterday. It was beautiful. I did not mind because I was inside the whole time. So definitely not complaining. But yeah, I definitely feel the need to get back on track. I know it sounds weird. I do not want a breakfast sandwich today. I kind of felt myself getting a little tired of them towards the end of last week. So I did decide I was going to do like smoothies and yogurt or something for breakfast this week. So I am going to make a smoothie to take with me off to work, which I'm going to have lots of drinks because I'm going to have my water, I'm going to have my protein coffee and my smoothie. So we'll have lots of drinks with us. So anyway, I'm going to go grab all my smoothie making materials and show you what I'm going to put in it. Alrighty, I almost forgot about my favorite Alani Nu fruity cereal protein powder. How could I forget about that? I'm actually now even more excited to have a smoothie. So I get this at Walmart. It doesn't smell amazing, but as soon as you eat, oh my gosh, this is so good. I cannot tell you how good this stuff is. Then we have our fertilized protein milk that got a little destroyed in transition. So this is the fat-free kind. And then our berry medley. So I'm going to go and throw this together, and then we'll do our protein coffee, which we're going to do some of the La Clambe cold brew with the salted caramel Quest protein shake. And then I'm going to bring a yogurt and one of these Bai drinks. This is the Malawi mango. And I'll probably bring, actually I think I have 2 of these at work, but I'm going to bring 2 of these just in case I don't have any at work. And then I'll probably bring a pepperoni stick and cheese stick. That'll probably be all I bring right now. And if I feel like I need anything at lunchtime or like after lunch for like afternoon snack, I will pack that up at lunchtime. And there is my smoothie. So I really couldn't show you how beautiful it was because I put my little cover on there. And here is my protein coffee. My snacks. So I have the Boston cream, 0 sugar Chobani. Heading out to work, but I want to tell you guys something. You know, it's really sad how many homeless people we have in our area. But where I live, I don't know what draws so many to my area I live. I think because there's a park just like a few, like just, I don't know, I'm not very good with feet and yards and stuff, but it's not very far down the road. And then right across this road from my house, there's a creek. And there's like a bridge over there, and it kind of goes into the woods, and there's a creek down there. And then there's the new apartments they put in, which are super low income apartments. And I mean, again, I'm not judging anyone. I mean, not at all. But just saying, since those apartments went in, we have had a lot of issues with people like just wandering around, and there's been a lot of break-ins in the area, and the police are down there, constant police, and like the ambulance, which with our ambulance, the fire truck always goes with our ambulance, and there's an ambulance down there at least 3 times a week, police down there every single day. So I've told you guys before, I kind of have a little bit of fear of walking in my area, but I was going to start doing it until like Friday. My husband calls me and he's on his way to work. He's like, don't open the door for anyone. I'm like thinking, I don't answer the door ever. Like usually if I know somebody's coming over, then I know somebody's coming over. The kids all have keys to the house, so I don't have to worry about them knocking, you know, so I wouldn't, but I said, what's going on? And he said, there was a guy walking down the street in like a slicker, so like totally like bib and everything, like overalls, like yellow slicker, and the coat that goes like down to his ankles, and he thought he was carrying a gun. And then he has his bags and stuff like that. Well, then Saturday I was sitting at my computer and I had the door open, and we just had the storm door there and locked and everything. And my husband's like, there he is, because he was laying in his recliner, and the guy was walking down to the creek. And I said, well, that's not a gun. He had like a big, like homemade, like spear that he had made out of like a big long tree limb, and it had a saw at the end. My husband has said it's like the kind of saw that you use like to cut limbs down off of a tree, and that's what he had. I'm like, well, maybe he's gonna go fishing or something. I don't know. Anyway, later that day and Saturday, I had to go to Big Lots to pick up some gifts we're doing coworker birthdays on Thursday. So I had to run and get some gifts. And I saw him at the park, and there was police over there talking to him, but then the police left and the guy just wandered off. So I don't know, guess it's okay to have a big spear with a big saw in the end. I have no idea. And then when I was coming back from Big Lots, he was just walking down again by our house down to that creek. And then yesterday morning, we had everybody come over yesterday for a barbecue. So it was about 12 or so when everybody came over, and about 11:30 or so, we saw him walking out of the woods, walking down the street, and he was down at the park. Well, we saw him down there Saturday night when we went out to dinner. And then again, we saw him walking towards there yesterday. So I don't feel like super safe going and walking right now. I mean, I'm not saying that I would do anything, but I feel like I can't run. I can't really defend myself. So I just think right now I need to not do it. So I'm really bummed because it's so nice outside, and this is like the perfect weather to walk in. But I think I need to look out for my safety first. But anyway, if I see him, I don't know. I feel like that's not very nice to do that. But I'm just letting you guys know why I'm not out walking in this beautiful weather. It is 62 degrees. It's just so nice. And I have no idea what's the other way. Like it looks even worse. The neighborhood looks even worse the other way because it kind of goes out, and it's not really safe road because there's this big like curve that's like a blind corner. And so I don't feel real safe walking, and we have no sidewalks. So like if I go down this way where I normally would go, I'd walk up to the mini mart up here, and there's like a gas station and mini mart, and that's like a half mile. And so typically I walk up there, turn around, come back, and then I got my mile in. So I don't know. I'm going to look today and see if I see him. And if I don't, then I think maybe he's moved on, because this is like he just appeared. And then and then maybe tomorrow morning I'll go for a walk. So we'll see. I mean, it's not like I can't see him in bright yellow. I can always turn back around and come back if I see him, or just cross the road or something. Anyway, I have to go. So we're going to roll the footage of meal prep that I did yesterday next, so you can see that. And then I'll see you guys at lunchtime. The first thing I'm going to prep is going to be some chicken fiesta lime. So first you need some chicken tenders with some taco seasoning. We're going to cook these in the air fryer. If you want to make your own taco seasoning, I do have a recipe on my channel under my DIY spice blend video. So that'll be the first part of it. Then we are going to make some sauce. So we're going to need about 3 tablespoons of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, just a little bit of taco sauce, splash of lime, and then a 1/4 teaspoon each of garlic powder, cumin, and chili powder. So this will make our sauce, which we'll actually end up using for both of our lunches this week. So that sauce will go on the chicken after I cook it in the air fryer, and we'll top that with some cheese. So you want to have some sort of cheese, whichever kind you'd like. And then our base layer is going to be some cauliflower rice that I'm going to mix with this tomato bouillon and some black beans. So the tomato bouillon kind of makes it kind of like a copycat Spanish rice. Then our toppings, we're going to use some of these tortilla strips, some pico de gallo, and then I have this Herdes, Roja, and cilantro lime topping, which I don't think I've ever tried the cilantro lime, but the Roja is really good. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover my chicken tenders with the taco seasoning. So whatever you'd like to, any kind of seasoning you want to put on there, but I'm just putting that on there. Then it's going to go in the air fryer at 400 for about 10 minutes. And then I'm just kind of pouring in, since this cauliflower rice, just came out of the microwave, it has a little bit of liquid in there, so I'm not going to add any water in. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle some of that tomato bouillon in there and just give it a good stir. And if you need to, go ahead and just add some water with that, but you can use this little trick with regular white rice or brown rice as well, but then you want to, of course, add water to it because you won't have that liquid like you do with this cauliflower rice. So I'm just going to mix that around. Then we're going to drain and rinse our beans and add the beans to there. And this is just to add a little bit extra fiber and a little bit of protein. So here is our bean and cauliflower rice mixture. Now I'm making my sauce. Again, I just put like about 3 to 4 tablespoons of the Greek yogurt, added in some taco sauce, added in the lime juice, and I'm going to do a 1/4 teaspoon each of the seasonings. The chicken after it came out of the air fryer, so I did about 10 minutes, 5 minutes on each side. I flipped it over halfway through. We're going to add some of that sauce on there, and since it's 0 points, you really don't have to measure it. And then I did add on total a 1/4 cup of cheese, so about 1/8 of a cup per serving is what this ends up being. And we're going to put that back in the air fryer at 400 for about 1 minute just to melt the cheese up. And then we're going to start assembling our bowls. So we have our rice and bean layer there. So this is the cauliflower rice and the beans. Again, both 0 points. And then just add your chicken tenders on top. Yummy. And then we're just going to add some of that sauce on there. Again, both of those are 0 points, and I just kind of sprinkled some on there. And then we're going to top that with some pico de gallo, and then some of the tortilla strips. And then we are done with this meal prep. So easy. And this could be a dinner, easily be a really quick 10-minute dinner. I mean, literally this took me 10 minutes at the most. Like, it was the easiest thing. So yeah, definitely would make a good dinner or lunch. Okay, so the next lunch I'm going to do is going to be like a chicken enchilada bake. So we have some ground chicken here. 96% lean, again, using my homemade taco seasoning. We're also going to use some fat-free refried beans on the bottom layer. We're going to use the rice and bean that we made previously. Also going to use some of the sauce that I made. And then we have some enchilada sauce and some cheese. So I just thought I would add the sauce since I had some left over. I made a little bit too much, so I just thought I would go ahead and use it also for this recipe. So this, oh, and then we're going to top it with some pico de gallo. So this is just going to be a layered thing. Again, super quick. What takes the longest is cooking up your meat. So of course you can use anything, any kind of ground turkey, ground chicken, ground beef. So you're going to put a layer of your refried beans, a layer of the rice and black beans. I used a 1/2 cup of the refried beans, by the way. Put our meat layer on there that we have our taco seasoning in. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some of that sauce, which that's totally optional in this case. Then some enchilada sauce. I used a 1/4 cup in each of the containers here. Then I used 1/8 of a cup on each of these of cheese, so 1/2 of a serving, because a full 1/4 cup is a serving. And then we're just going to top it with some pico de gallo. And here we go. So here's our second lunch. So of course, when we put this in the microwave to heat it up to eat for lunch, that cheese will melt, and this will be a nice layered little enchilada bake. Again, this would also be a really quick, easy dinner, as well as the lunch. So you guys, 2 quick and easy meal preps I did for the week. Hey guys, it is lunchtime. It's almost done with lunch. I was paying bills and all that fun stuff. I have just been so exhausted. I cannot figure out why. I mean, I did my bike. I did just a little arm workout this morning. Nothing too crazy because I was just so tired. And I could not figure out why. I'm thinking, okay, I had my coffee. I took my burn energy, stuff. I couldn't understand. And I also just feel kind of like blah. Like, I mean, it was such a good weekend, such great weather. We have just, the forecast looks wonderful. What is wrong with me? Hormones, that's what's wrong with me. So Friday I'm supposed to start my cycle, so that's exactly why. I know we have a lot of period talk on this channel, but you know, we've all been there. So, well, most of us, I'm sure, who watch it have been there. But it's just so interesting how even when I'm just in the best of like moods and the best of like, we have the good weather, we have everything going for us, and then hormones have to kick in and ruin it all. That's how I feel at this moment. My allergies are kicking in, even though I already took a Claritin this morning, so I don't feel like I should take another one. But it's just like no, why? I knew something had to have been going up, so that's why I checked my P tracker is what it's called. It's an app I use, and that's why I checked that, because I just had a feeling that that's what was going on. There's no other thing going on, just like the mood stuff, you know. It's just like I just feel so blah. So anyway, I'm gonna try a new workout this morning. In the morning. You guys know I follow Burpee Girl, and I do her short workouts. And she just put a new one out. I just noticed it this afternoon when I was looking through YouTube subscriptions, and it's like a short kickboxing workout. I've always enjoyed like kickboxing workouts for some reason. I mean, of course, nothing too strenuous. I will tell you though, back in the day, let me tell you this story. It is hilarious and embarrassing. That's why I don't mind embarrassing myself a little bit on this channel. So this was way back when I was in way better shape and way younger. I would say it's when I was working for the hotel company that I was a general manager for. So it would have been, and it was the hotel that was here. So I want to say it was around 2004, 2005. So that's how long ago it was, because it was before I met my husband. So yeah, I want to say it was around 2004. So we're talking 19 years ago. Wow. Oh my gosh, that makes me feel so old, y'all. Anyway, so me and a friend, where we were always doing something to like lose weight. There was one point we were just like drinking, thinking, okay, if we drink like 2 gallons of water, you know, we were doing all the stuff that you see out there that, you know, it's just like, do this. It was before I even knew what Weight Watchers even was a thing, before any of that stuff. Sorry, I had to wait for the bus and everything else noisy to go by. So it was before any of those things were like a thing in my mind. So we thought, okay, we also need to work out. We need to do a workout. Well, we have a YMCA here, and I never wanted to join a gym by myself because, you know, I just didn't think I could go do it myself. And so she's like, let's join the Y. Let's just do, you know, let's go see how much it costs, you know, and let's join the Y. So at that point, you know, I wasn't married or anything. And so, and it was just me and my kiddos. And so I thought, okay, yeah, let's do that. And they had like, I think the cost back then was like $25 a month for like a single person. The kids didn't get charged anything. And they had a daycare and everything there. So we thought we'd just do some classes. They had some water aerobics ones, which were so fun, even though, like I said, 19 years ago, much, much younger. And there was all like people like that were doing it were like in their 50s. And here we were like the young ones doing it, but it was so fun. And so we did that, but then we wanted to do a kickboxing one. So we go up into the studio, and this is one of those studios that has all mirrors in the front. And we kind of got in there towards, you know, where it was just starting. So we went to the back, and this woman has a microphone on, like one of those ones that just hooks to her face. And we'd never been like, so literally the only classes we had done, lay down. My other dog was yowling in there, but he almost ran out on the road to chase a car. So I had to put him into his little playpen. So anyway, so she has this microphone on, and we're getting all ready, and we're like in the back because we don't want to like be right in front of the mirrors, you know, and stuff. That like we're all up at the front, and actually there was mirrors behind us, but we thought, okay, that's okay. We can't really see ourselves. So, it's supposed to be like a kickboxing, like just what we thought was a kickboxing class. Well, apparently it was like more like kickboxing and other stuff. because she just starts right off, and this is beginner, but we had not started from like the beginning of the like season. Apparently there was seasons, so we had to learn some moves. So she's like, if you're new, just follow along and you know, you'll get it. Not even kidding. Like, she was like, okay, let's go. And she's loud. It is so loud. So I feel like she's yelling at us. And there was a move where you had to like do like burpees, which I had done burpees before, but I'm not kidding. This woman got down to the ground, did her burpee, jumped right back up. She was up, and along with the whole entire class besides me and my friend, was up before I even got to the ground to do a semi push-up and jump right back up. So if you didn't know what a burpee was, you go to the ground, do a push-up, jump right back up, and then you just keep doing that. And so I don't know, by the time we got done, I was like 10 behind. I'm not even kidding of that. So that was like the warm up. That was the warm up. And then the rest of the stuff was mostly like kickboxing. So she did like warm ups with like the burpee stuff. But even the kickboxing stuff, I felt I know I'm uncoordinated, but for something, I mean, that'll make you feel super uncoordinated if you're doing like that in the class. That was the only one we went to. I think it was actually called like some sort of boot camp type thing. I think we went to maybe that one other time. So I think maybe twice we went to it, I want to say. And then we discovered they had Zumba. And that's where we went every single week after that. We did Zumba, and that was a lot of fun. I was actually kind of nervous about doing that because that's dancing, kind of. And again, they had the mirrors, but that woman who taught that was so good. And she said it was just all about fun and moving your body. And they used current music, and it was so much fun. Unfortunately, they ended up closing the Zumba down there at the or like the time slot that, like the one that she taught, she ended up leaving, and they didn't have anybody to fill that time slot, which was at night, which was the only time that I could go because I worked in the morning. And she moved to another site, but it wasn't like on a regular basis, and it was not as good with other people. But anyway, we did that for a long time. But anyway, so there's my little story on how uncoordinated I am, but it was fun. But anyway, so this kickboxing thing, look, I watched kind of, you know, skim through the video. Looks pretty good. So I think I'm going to try that tomorrow. It's a 20-minute one, so I can do that one plus like maybe a 15-minute bike ride. We'll just, as long as I can get up on time and everything. So that was my long story to tell you about the new workout. I will try and remember to link it down below. But you don't use weights or anything, and it looks pretty good. I think it's like a full body. It says low impact and everything. So now my neighbor's chickens are being really loud. It's loud out here today. Okay, I have to go see where my other dog went, and I will see you guys at dinner time. Today for lunch, I'm gonna have the chicken enchilada bake. So I just showed you, actually right earlier in this video, how I made these up. So I'll heat this up when I get back to work. Hey guys, so I'm just pulling into my driveway. It's like 5:15. I got off work late today. That lunch was so good. Like, that was the enchilada bake I had today. Yes, it was so good. However, it gave me the worst indigestion and heartburn. I never ever get heartburn. Like, I don't even know if I've ever had it before. Like, but I am like burping up stuff, and I just have the worst indigestion. I don't know if it was the cauliflower. I mean, the cauliflower at least tasted fine. It wasn't like the bad batch I had. So I don't know if it's the cauliflower or if it's the beans in it, because I had the refried beans and the black beans. But right now I am feeling so yucky. Like, it's just, I keep burping up this stuff. So I don't know. I know for dinner I had planned on making the chicken cheesesteak or chicken Philly cheesesteak skillet, but I'm definitely not doing that tonight because it has a bunch of peppers in it. So I definitely don't need to do that. So I don't know. I may just eat a yogurt or something if my stomach is still like, if I'm still having this really bad like indigestion, like heartburn. I may have to look up like, what can I eat that's not going to cause me extra issues. So I don't know. So if you don't see a dinner for me, I'll just catch you up tomorrow what I ended up eating, because I want to end this video and get this up Tuesday morning. And then that way you have my meal prep and all of that. And then I am going to record Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not going to record Thursday because it's going to be a very unusual day. I'm in the office instead of at home. We're having a meeting with our department for the full day. So our lunch is going to be, you know, there. And so I don't know what my day is going to look like, and I will not have time to pop in and talk with you guys. So I won't be recording Thursday, so it'll be just Tuesday and Wednesday, and that one will be up probably on Friday. But anywho, so if I do end up having anything for dinner, I will just tell you guys tomorrow morning what I ended up doing. But yeah, it's just like, it's like I can feel it right here. Like it just keeps like burping up, and it's yucky. So anyway, I'm gonna get in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye guys.